You're right up there.
Sorry.
You getting some?
Yep.
No, but let's do it.
Bill Bratton said yesterday that he'd like more police officers. I don't know what you think about this, why the change?
I think Commissioner Bratton was expressing the same kind of view that every commissioner expresses. He ideally wants more personnel. We're certainly going to have a full process around the city budget. When he finishes his review, which is still in progress, we talked about it for a long time, there'll be a very formal proposal that comes out of the NYC into our budget process. We'll evaluate that. We'll make the final decision, and that'll be reflected in the budget. I think he was expressing an aspiration. That's a very different thing from what we will decide.
Did you know he was going to be?
He has said many times, internally as he's proceeded with the review, that he assumes he's going to be asking for more resources, but we haven't again gotten to a formal decision. That's him projecting the kind of range he thinks he'll be asking for, but that's not the same thing as what the budget process will yield. It might yield that, it might yield something different. That's why we have a budget process. But I've been to a lot of city council budget hearings in my day, and when I was a council member, commissioners often express their ideals and their wish list. That's normal. But we have a very formal budget process that it has to be submitted to before it becomes something that's proposed by the administration.
Just following up on that, I mean, as you know, the council is also demanding for 1,000 officers to be hired. And is it politically lonely to be in this spot where now you have the police commissioner calling that for it as well, and
no.
You seem to be the only one saying no?
My job is to figure out what's in the best interest of the city and come up with a budget that reflects all of our needs and is fiscally prudent. Again, not surprising to me when elected officials want a number of things. Not surprising when a head of any city agency wants more resources or more personnel. These are kind of traditional realities. A mayor's job is to make sense of all of that and come up with a final proposal and submit it to the council. We'll do that in the spring. So, no, it's pretty par for the course, actually.
Have you seen, on this topic again, have you seen Commissioner Bratton's analysis that he's been speaking about, that he's been going through over the last 8 months? Has he been showing you the figures that he was kind of bringing up yesterday at the council that are telling him that, okay, I didn't know before when we had this 1,000 cop offer, but now I have something based on analysis.
Well, I think it's a work in progress. We talk constantly about the review he's doing and about his assumptions. But no, the review is not complete. We've not received a formal recommendation from the NYC. So it's a work in progress. When we get it, we'll fully evaluate it. But he and I talk all the time about the kind of moves that we need to make. Obviously, look, we made a series of moves going into the summer of the 200 cops that we picked up from civilization, the additional overtime that we applied, the focus on the youth centers at night and putting additional policing on there, the focus on some of the most troubled precincts, the focus on the 15 most troubled housing developments. So we're constantly making moves. In terms of the bigger picture and where we want to go with the overall size of the force, again, he's offered ideas and thoughts, but the real process begins when he submits his formal evaluation.
We probably know based on your endorsements, but can you and the First Lady just tell us who you voted for today?
Andrew Cuomo and Kathy Hope.
Nice.
What's your word, guys?
Yeah. So I wanted to ask you a little bit about pre-K and the 36 sites were delayed. Why is it that you haven't named those sites? Why is it you don't talk to the public? Has it a right to know since they are being public?
Well, first of all, the update as of yesterday is 14 sites have now opened from that list of delays. We expect more to open tomorrow, Wednesday. We expect additional sites to open on Friday. So we will get you an update on the ones that have opened. We've tried throughout this process to make constant comparisons. I don't honestly know which specific information I'm thinking out where we'll follow up, but we'll certainly get a list of where we stand on the sites. Go ahead.
First, can you comment on newspaper reports that accuses you and the Cuomo administration of trying to intimidate Democrats to not support Cuomo's opponents?
That's outrageous. There's no proof in it at all. I endorsed the governor wholeheartedly. I've endorsed Kathy Hope wholeheartedly. That's the extent of it. So that was purely fabricated. And I think, look, just a word to the wise, when you see unsourced material, when you see allegations of something that no one will put their name to, oftentimes it's just not true. If you ever want to ask me, it's really easy to ask me, but I'm getting a little sick of someone said that someone did something with no attribution, because it usually is not true.
Mr. Mayor, the corrections commissioners apparently talking about a more difficult entry test for correction officers because there are assertions that a lot of them are portly just now. Apparently they need to
portly?
They need to, well,
I have not heard that word in a while.
it's a
Lamb, Word Choice Award of the Day. Portly. Please continue.
Just your opinion on the fact, do you think that they do need a more a fitter number of correction
I don't know specifically the dynamics of the fitness among the rank and file corrections force. I think the general approach, though, that Commissioner Pons is taking is, to improve in every way what we do in corrections. We're going to, I think, improve our training process. I think we're going to make very clear how important it is to get the best corrections officers and give a lot of respect to that job, which hasn't always been the case in the past. So I think a series of actions will be taken to improve the department, but I can't speak specifically to that.
Mr. Mayor.
Just ask one more about, you voted here today, do you plan to change your registration to the Upper East Side? You're going to stay, what do you have to, is there any legal requirement?
What's your first question?
Just, you voted here today, and so are you going to change your registration?
Yes.
No.
No, I'm voting here. We're voting here. This is our home. We're going to keep voting here. We're voting here. You only come from one place. We feel great. I mean, this is our neighborhood. It's always been our neighborhood. Well, 22 years. It's a long time. The house that we have just moved out of was the house each of us lived in the longest in our entire lives. This is our neighborhood. This is our borough, and we'll be back here constantly. And we're certainly going to keep voting here until the day that we return to the house, and then we will keep voting here.
Mr. Mayor, since taking office, you and the police commissioner have always, at least publicly, been on the same page. Are you disappointed that he came out publicly with this recommendation before you got there?
Again, this is such a common reality of a commissioner expressing their wish list. It never surprises me. But there's been a constant dialogue with the commissioner about the fact that when we get to a formal proposal, then that will be entered into our budget process and we'll make formal decisions. I have immense respect for Commissioner Bratton. I think he knows very well that I'm going to pass judgment on his budget requests and everyone else's according to my own values and what I think is right to do. And so, no, it's not a surprise that any commissioner would express their wish list.
Let's go, guys.
I was asking here about the short calls. Yesterday, the commission said that it was policy, it was not illegal, we do not support any attempts to make it illegal. What your thoughts are on that?
Well, we're going to enforce this policy very rigorously. There's going to be a retraining process that's going to make very clear that but for the most exceptional circumstances, meaning the life of the officer is in immediate danger, for example, one perpetrator and one officer in a death struggle. In that situation, if an officer were to use a chokehold to save their own life, that might be appropriate. But the everyday policing that happens in the city will not include chokeholds. That's departmental policy. It has been for decades. We will enforce that policy. There'll be consequences for anyone who violates that policy. The retraining is going to make that very, very clear. And I think that's sufficient.
How about the question about the many new people?
As I said, I think the way we have it now, it's against department rules. The retraining is going to reiterate that. Anyone who violates department rules will suffer the consequences. And also, CCRB, for their credit, is going to go back and review but I think we have to be a little careful in terms of legal findings, that there are some very exceptional situations where, like the officer, being in danger, and that's where it has to be. Allie, did you have something?
Let's go around you guys.
All right,
For many New Yorkers, the Democratic primary is basically the only big race, right? The general election is not always contested. It was, in some ways, no big for you when you ran for mayor. Your campaign for the primary involved lots of forums, lots of outreach to voters. What do you think of the primary season so far this year, both for the gubernatorial race but also on the local?
Look, I think that there are some years that obviously capture people's imagination. I think last year there was a lot of interest. It was a very hard-fought race, and I think the forums helped and the debates helped. I think that they're good for the month. So in the end, I always prefer a year where there's a lot of engagement. I think at the same time we have a bigger problem. There's clearly been a decline in turnout in the last few years in every kind of election. And I think we have to make a series of changes in this state, one in this nation. We see a lot of efforts around the country to arrest holding